Hey there, Hofstra fans. Welcome to this week's edition of the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Mike Sullivan, joined as always by head coach of the Hofstra Women's Lacrosse Program, Shannon Smith. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Pretty good, Coach, and coming off a pretty important weekend for your team. You lock up 3 seed in the CA tournament upcoming this weekend. You defeat Drexel 12-10. Just walk me through that victory of the day on Saturday and how the victory felt.
Yeah, it was a huge day. It was senior day for our seniors, and we have a great group of seniors on our team who exemplify leadership to the T and just do a great job at everything that we've asked them to do. And I know it couldn't have been easy for them through this transition, and they've excelled so well and accepted every challenge. I thought we came out really fast in the game, came out strong, and you could see we really wanted it. We had a little bit of a lay in the second half. We didn't come out as strong out of the locker room, but we calmed ourselves down when it got to 9-9, and Alex Mezzanani came up with two huge goals, and Britton came up with 2 huge draw controls there for us at the end of the game. And our offense did a great job at holding the ball there. Defensively, we let it get away from us a little bit in the second half, but then we locked back down. Could have been more proud of the girls. They knew what was on the line for them, and they went out and got it, and they really wanted it. So very proud of them. But now we got a tough week ahead of us, and we got to get ready for a big game on Friday against JMU.
Take me through the end of the first half, a little bit of the start of the second half. You had leads of 7-2 and 9-4. Why did you jump out to that lead?
Yeah, I think we came out aggressive. We were the aggressors, and you know, the most important thing why we came out to the lead is because Becky Conto was doing a great job on the draw controls, and we're winning them for us. And when you have possession of the ball, you know, you're going to wind up to score some goals, and we actually finished our shots and put them in the back of the net, which was a huge difference for us.
Now in that second half, Drexel does come back. They make it 9-9. You called a timeout in the middle, a little bit in that run as they got closer. Tell me what you told your team, because really coming out of that, you mentioned Alex Mezzanani, she gets a couple of huge goals for you. What did you say during that timeout to re-energize your team and get them refocused that kind of led to you getting the lead back? Yeah,
it was more or less, hey, take a couple of deep breaths here and let's refocus. We got to get back to being tight on defense. We're allowing them to cut on us a little bit. We got to communicate more. And offensively, let's spread out, move the ball quickly, stop trying to run through the double teams. We got to spread out, and Alex took advantage and took those one-on-one opportunities and finished her shots.
You've dealt with a few close losses the last couple of weeks. We've talked about you needing somebody to step up in late game situations. It ended up being Alex Mezzanani. We've talked about her. Just how did it make you feel to see somebody finally step up in a close game late like Alex did to get those 2 goals?
Yeah, it was huge for us. Those 2 goals were huge. I mean, she made it 10-9 and 11-9 there, and they were huge plays for us. And it was great to see Alex, because she worked so hard for us in the midfield, does so many of the little things for us, and for her to come up with those goals just shows how hard she worked that game, and she deserved them.
You always key on the draw controls. 16 of 24, you beat Drexel. Britton had a career high 7. Becky, of course, was there as well. Just walk me through that game situation. Why so much success with those 2 players?
Yeah, you know, I think we practiced it a lot, and Becky knew that we needed the draw control. She knew she needed to have a big game, and you know, I talked to Britton that she needed to step up and do a little bit a better job for us, and she did, and she got those draw controls, and I think they just worked hard at it and really took it personal that we weren't winning those draw controls.
Late in the second half as well, I think coming out of that timeout, you went to a couple of your veteran players that hadn't gotten a lot of playing time. Emily Corzell got a run late at defense. Jen Ward scores a late goal. You mentioned the seniors, how critical they've been from a leadership perspective. Why did you throw a couple of those players in late in a close game? Did you trust them with that veteran aspect that they bring?
Yeah, I trust all of our players. They work hard every day at practice, and we challenge them every single day. Anyone who's ready to be put into a game and step up for us. And Emily Corzell has done it throughout the year and is a real spark for us coming off the bench. And she did a great job at causing 2 huge turnovers, coming up with 2 huge ground balls, and the best was catching that nice long clear, that's like 75-yard clear from Kelsey. You know, those are some of the things that really stuck out to me. And Jen Moore did a great job, was nice and composed out there for us, really was able to use her speed and her stick work to her advantage out there and had a nice goal. But yeah, we trust anyone out there, and those players really stepped up for us, and we need to make the change, and they delivered for us.
Now, you advance to the postseason this weekend. You get a rematch with James Madison. Of course, you lost them in that overtime game a couple of weeks ago. What can you take away from that one as you get the rematch this week coming up against the Dukes?
Yeah, we played well, but we let a lead slip away, and I think we were just a little bit inexperienced, and we've gotten better in that as the season has gone on here. And we just need to be able to play a perfect game against them. It's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. They're a great team, and their defense is aggressive, they're physical, their offense, they got a lot of firepower back there. So it's going to be a challenge for us defensively, but I think the game is going to come down to the draw controls, ground balls, and who wants it more.
Defensively, really through 3.5 quarters the first time around, played very well. It was late in that fourth quarter where they got a few goals back and ended up tying the game. Do you change anything defensively? Do you work on anything new in practice, or is it going to be a similar game plan coming up?
Yeah, we'll get back to the drawing board and we'll figure out what's going to be the best game plan for our team going into this game against Friday, and we'll figure it out as a coaching staff and get our team prepared.
Postseason play often puts a lot of pressure on your goaltender. Kelsey Gregerson, first year as a starter, very good year. You just evaluate what you've seen from her this season and what's going to be key for her coming in this weekend.
Kelsey's been huge, has stepped up huge for us, especially during CAA play here. She's been on fire, unbelievable, and we'll just need to keep that up from her. And she's at her best when she's just having fun out there with her teammates and just playing loose. And we'll keep that at it this week, and we'll see what happens on Friday.
Your first postseason as a head coach. What's your message to the team going to be this week as you head down to Towson? Play JMU in the semifinals, and then hopefully you advance to take on whoever you could play in the championship game Sunday. What's the message going to be? How do you prepare your team for this weekend?
Yeah, we just keep preparing the way we've been preparing. We're not going to change anything. And right now we're guaranteed one more game, and that will be known to the team, and you have to put it in perspective that way. And if you're going to want another game, you gotta put everything out there on Friday, and it's going to have to be a team win, and other people are going to have to step up.
Once again, the Hofstra women's lacrosse team takes on James Madison this Friday in the CAA semifinals at 3:30 for head coach Shannon Smith. I'm Mike Sullivan. Thanks for tuning in to the W. Mason Coaches Report.